The Indian epic, the Mahabharata, operates on a scale of gods and kings. Its narrative spans generations, building toward massive dynastic wars where warriors find glory in battlefield deaths. Within this immense cast stands Karna, a legendary warrior, wielder of divine weapons, and the secret son of the sun god. In 1946, playwright T.P. Kailasam took this mythological icon and removed him from his usual epic surroundings, placing him directly onto the stage of an ancient Greek tragedy. While epic heroes are often measured by their grand victories, tragic heroes are defined by their suffering. They exist within a system designed to crush them. To adapt Karna for this specific genre, Kailasam constructed a precise architectural trap, a machine driven by 3 interconnected gears, all moving toward the character's inevitable destruction. Examining this cross-cultural play reveals the process of taking the mythology of one civilization and using it to engineer the structure of a Sophoclean tragedy. Kailasam powers the Greek concept of inescapable fate, Moira, using the weight of the Indian Shapa, the curse. To gain his education in warfare, Karna conceals his background to study under the master Parashurama. When the deception is uncovered, Parashurama curses Karna, dictating that his martial knowledge will fail him at the exact moment he needs it most. Within the architecture of the play, this curse functions as a ticking time bomb. From the moment it is cast, it creates a closed loop of predetermined doom. This mirrors the classical Greek structures found in the prophecy given to Oedipus. The trap uses the hero's own choices against him. The character's struggle to avoid their fate becomes the very pathway that makes the fate come true. Karna's determination to acquire knowledge and exercise his will effectively builds the mechanism of his own destruction. The trap also relies on the character's own internal logic, a concept known as Hamartia, or the tragic error. Karna's destruction stems from his most noble qualities. His legendary generosity and unshakable loyalty are the very things that pull the lever on his downfall. Kailasam redefines hubris or pride as a form of resistance. Because society rejects Karna based on his assumed low-caste birth, his pride becomes a desperate, heroic attempt to prove his worth in a world that denies it. This deep need for validation makes him fiercely loyal to Duryodhana, a leader on the losing side of the moral war, simply because Duryodhana was the only person who offered him status. By turning societal prejudice into a psychological weight, the play forces Karna to activate the mechanisms of his own trap. The machinery reaches its conclusion through anagnorisis, the moment of delayed recognition. Late in the story, Karna's biological mother, Kunti, reveals the truth. He is her firstborn son and a royal Pandava, making him the brother of the men he is currently fighting. In a standard epic, discovering divine and royal lineage would be a triumphant turn. Inside a tragic machine, this revelation is timed to cause the most devastation possible. This creates a moment of pure dramatic irony. The audience has known his origin the entire time, helplessly watching Karna build his life and his loyalties on a lie. Because this knowledge arrives only when it can no longer save him, it serves as the final, inescapable jaw of the trap snapping shut. Kailasam's script strips away the external noise of a mythological war, forcing an intense, inward examination of a single man's suffering. By filtering the epic through these Greek mechanisms, Karna becomes a universal symbol of human isolation. The intended result is classical catharsis. The audience feels pity and fear as they watch human greatness dismantled by forces entirely beyond its control. In the end, this version of Karna presents a tragedy that feels modern, the story of a man who fought his entire life to forge an identity, only to discover he was trapped inside a destiny he could never outrun.